Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see, we're in the shop today. We'll be going outside in a little bit to go work on the truck. And what I'll be working on today is actually a couple videos ago. You guys might remember that we did the wiring, the auxiliary upfitter switch or upfitter auxiliary switch. However you want to say that, we had that switches added to the truck. Well, it's about time we start adding some accessories. So the first thing that we're going to be doing is a grill light upgrade, if you want to call it that. And what we've got here is basically a darkened smoked LED kit. And what we got here is a 3D printed housing for it. And the person that printed these painted it in a gloss black. It looks, honestly, it just looks like a black Krylon type thing. And the guy that made these 3D printed parts is actually on the Chevy Silverado ZR2 owners group on Facebook. I'll have that down below. And his name is Nathan. So he printed off 4 of these for me. You can buy these kits either in 4 or 6. I want to say it was, I bought the 4 kit, and I want to say it was like 20 bucks shipped to the house. So not a bigger deal there. And what these are designed to, if you guys could see how it's kind of triangular shaped? Well, this is designed to clip into the factory grill. So there's not going to be any, drilling or anything like that. No permanent modifications to the truck, at least appearance wise. We'll be running a couple wires for it, but yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and install this kit today with the help of Nathan from his products, as well as the kit that we got online. I'll have the very specific product information down below because Nathan only makes these for certain lights and you have to buy a particular kit. So I'll include all that information down below. And yeah, so if you guys could see, this is basically your amber LED that's been smoked. And then to add this, all you really got to do is just put the housing over the light and squeeze it in. So yeah, this should go right in and the holes should line up. Yeah, you guys can see that. There's a screw hole there, there's a screw hole there. And this LED kit does have a wiring harness, which, as you guys can see, it just ends in a red terminated and black terminated. So I think what we're gonna have to do, find a ground under the hood, and then that positive side, we're going to run that through my own power cable going through the firewall, kind of down underneath the dashboard and up to those switches. So we're going to wire this to the first switch, and so let's go ahead, get some power lines created, cut, and ran. Now guys, you will see me running 2 wires because I've got another project that we're going to do in a future video. So we're going to do a 2-for-1 and go ahead and get started. Oh, and if this video is a little bit different, that's because I got a new GoPro. This is a GoPro Hero 12. I was using a GoPro Hero 7, so I don't know if the quality is going to be any better or any worse, but yeah, it is the black, and we'll be doing a future video on this camera in the future. I just wanted to go ahead and try it for a video, see how it goes, and it will go from there. So, all right guys, I have taken a old hanger and taped probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 inches of blue painter's tape on here. We've got the 2 power wires. You guys can see we got a whole bunch of feet of that. So my plan is to probably run, it's probably a good 6 to 8 feet of this on the interior, and then I will heat shrink, put covering on that, all that stuff on the inside and the outside. But we're not ready quite yet, but when we start soldering things together, that's when we'll put a outer sleeve on this to protect it. So we're going to run this wire through the same port that we used for the battery connections for the auxiliary switch itself, as well as this kicker stereo system that we installed a long time ago. If you guys can see this red wire, it goes down to the white port down there. There's a nipple that we cut off a long time ago. Run it through that hole, and then we'll get us into the interior. All right guys, you can see the wire is ran through the firewall. I'm not sure you guys will see up there, but did manage to get it through that port over here. And right now you guys can see my welding rod here. I have that running over the center console back behind it, and we're running this up and over the tunnel to the driver's side. The exterior side, same thing. We just have it ran down here. You guys can see all those red wires down there. Ran through there, and we just need to get this all tidied up. So put the battery tray cover back on, and we'll be done running the wire through the firewall. All right guys, you can see the wire harness over there by the little pop-out panel by the gas pedal, and then you see these 2 pigtails right here. Well, that has been ran underneath the center console, like I said, back behind it. And we're going to be tying it into, the first wire is the blue wire that's kind of back behind this yellow and gray wire. That one will go to the lights that we're putting in today. All right, guys, now that we got the wiring ran, I actually need to install the lights. So what we're gonna have to do is basically pop the grill off the truck. Real simple to get this. You have to take this top cover off. There's a bunch of these little push pins. I think there's 10 of these push pins we got to pull off. Then there's 4 or 5 10mm bolts holding the top of the grill kind of up and over the front cross member here. All right, guys, I've got the top grill closeout panel. I got that removed. Like I said, it's just push pins. I removed the 10mm bolts. Like I said, there's 4 of them. Now we're actually starting the removal. Go over here to the side of the corner light, put your finger in here, pop this up. You'll hear it pop a couple times. Do that over here on the driver's side. Now, guys, I already did pop this loose. That's why you'll see it kind of flexing. And now it's just kind of a matter of grabbing it in the right spots and pulling it out toward you. Now, this is really tight. There are some, I believe these plastic, this black piece right here has some tabs in it. So I think you're gonna wanna lift up a little bit and pull toward you. Now, how much strength you put on that, it's kind of up to you. I'm going to be very cautious about this because I don't want to break anything. All right, guys, as you can see, the grill is out. Lessons learned. Those little tabs that hold the washer tube in, basically take 2 fingers and pull it up and around. You kind of have to press it down toward the front of the grill, up and around, because there's these clips that go around it like that. There's probably 4 of them. Then over here, there is a quick release button on the sprayer that actually cleans off the front camera. Click that side button in, pull this out, you're good there. And then over here you'll see that there's 2 tabs. The top one, pretty simple, pull the locking mechanism up, press in, pull up here and out. And then right here you'll see this little red locking tab. That locking tab didn't seem to do anything, but this twists to the left and pulls out. I don't know why it's kind of a twist tie, it's kind of weird, but you guys can see there's a little button in there. Press that, twist it to the left, pull up, you'll be good to go, and you'll end up getting the grill out of the truck. All right, guys, I already got 2 of the lights installed. You can see that, you know, they pretty much just click in, and there is a little bit of assembly required. You guys will see these really small mounting screws. Those did come with the kit. And yeah, actually these 2 ones I did have to drill a little bit. I used a 1/16 of an inch drill bit, and I just drilled it. I pretty much just broke the surface of it, and then I just let the screw do the rest of the work. So didn't drill very hard, didn't drill all the way through it, because this is plastic. You can, you know, really screw that up really quick. But like I said, I just barely broke the surface, gave something for the screw to start to align and tighten into, and you know, that was pretty much it. Now, for you to install these, all you really got to do is line it up just right. I kind of line it up with the triangular part up top, with that part first, and then just press down on it, and you'll be able to get this installed. So we already got 2. Let's get the last 2 installed, then we'll start running the wiring and hiding all that, because, you know, this is the front of the car. You don't want anything hanging down and you see like a red power wire. So, all right, guys, we got all 4 lights installed. Everything's been plugged in and ran over here to the corner. We're going to tie that into our power source eventually. But if you guys can see, we have a crap ton of zip ties on here. So we're going to cut all those. I actually picked up a set of flush cut clippers off of Amazon. You guys can see it's got, you know, it's a flat blade right there. And I think this was like 10 bucks, something like that. And that's just to prevent you from cutting yourself by having a jagged edge on the back of a zip tie. So if you guys just go in with your flush cut clippers, cut it, there should be no jagged edge. Now, there's a little bit of an edge, but it's way less than what you normally get just using a normal pair of cutters, you know, because they always leave a gap and you always have that end piece. So, all right, guys, we got the grill back installed, and we got the hardware up top. So those 10mm bolts, the push pins, that's all been pushed back, and the radiator cover, shroud, or whatever you want to call that. So that's all been done. So yeah, everything is good to go, and all we got to do next is connect the wire harness from the lights to the wire harness that we ran from the interior. All right, guys, we have finished the wiring under the hood. If you guys can see this little post right here with the black wire coming out of it, that is actually the ground you're supposed to use. That is a 13mm socket. So go ahead, loosen that up, put your eye ring on it, And then on the power side of it, you guys can see we use this 4-pin weather pack connector, and these two on the right, these are coming in from the interior of the truck, going through the firewall. This one on the left, the bottom pin toward my pinky, that is going to the LED lights. And then you guys can see that little weather pack seal right there. I put that little weather pack seal in on the second pin so that the second power wire that we ran, you know, that'll stay protected from the weather. So that's the wiring under the truck. That's all done. And then on the interior wiring, you guys can see this heat shrink tubing right here. That is actually the blue wire. That's the first switch. A heat shrink tubed and soldered and all that. That's the first one that's going out to the LEDs. And then I also heat shrink tube and soldered the gray wire, ran that, you know, through the engine bay. We have that weather pack connector in the engine bay. So any future hookups for the second wire, all I gotta do is put a pin in the weather pack and we'll be good to go. All right guys, of course it starts pouring right when I'm working on the car and about to finish up, but here is the finished shot. You guys can see the LEDs. In real life, they look to be about the same color, but if you look at it in real life, I think because these are smoked, they almost appear a little bit peach. Just wanted to give you a real life example of what this looked like. So yeah, so in crappy weather and rain, this is what the front grille is gonna look like with everything running. And so yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. I'm a little wet, I'm a little cold. It is December after all. I think it's about 40 degrees outside, so not quite cold enough to get snow, but we're getting there. So wasn't really expecting this weather. The weather was supposed to turn crappy tomorrow, and we weren't supposed to have any rain tonight. So, you know, it is what it is, but I wanted to get this video out to you guys, and I was already 95% done. I just had to add that ground, add that weather pack, and finish it up. So yeah, that's it for the switches, the wiring, the grounds, the grill removal, the install, the lights, all that stuff. Everything's wrapped up, and we're ready to go on our next accessory install, which will be our next video. So if you guys want to see what we'll be installing next, hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications. And if you guys want to help support the channel, check out all the links down below. And I also will give you a link to the guy. He actually has a YouTube channel. I think it was Nathan Evans, something like that. I'll include his link down below. And also make sure you check out our website, BonecrrusherSS.com. Any support you guys can give there goes right back into the channel, these projects, the shop, Corvette, etc. So thanks guys. Have a great one.